In early 2024, a battle for consumer rights escalated into a relentless campaign of electronic harassment. What started as a legal dispute with two major financial institutions, Navy Federal Credit Union and Credit One Bank, soon spiraled into a nightmare involving surveillance, illegal technology, and government overreach. After initiating a lawsuit against these corporations for criminal actions, including fraud, data breaches, and credit destruction, Taylor would unknowingly trigger a sequence of malicious attacks designed to silence him. On June 5, 2024, Taylor was illegally served with a fraudulent search warrant by detectives from the LAPD. This wrongful arrest led to imprisonment and a violation of civil rights. Despite the absence of any valid evidence, the arrest would mark the beginning of a much darker chapter in Taylor's life, one that would leave them fighting not just for justice, but for their very safety.
I didn't even know they broke her door. I didn't know they broke her door and stuff.
After their release, Taylor returned home to find their property and vehicles had been tampered with. Small, hidden devices were embedded in his home appliances and vehicles, devices emitting dangerous levels of radiation. These devices, embedded with Ericsson technology, could not be detected by a simple Bluetooth scan. They were purposefully designed to be invisible, sending out signals that wreaked havoc on Taylor's health. Using specialized software, Taylor discovered a chilling truth. They were being targeted with technology that could only be accessed by major tech companies or government agencies.
So this is my attic fans. So they loaded these. They work Bluetooth. So as you see, smart attic fan, you know. So when you look at the firmware, they loaded this with Ericsson technology. So this is my server, you know. So yeah, I had to shut it down because they loaded these with the software. They work Bluetooth, so they have to be less than 100 meters away. Oh, who less than 100 meters away? So it's the neighbor house where all the attacks coming from. Right over here. That's his van right here. So much suspicious activity been going on.
What kind of activity?
Strange activity.
We'll explore how Geiger counter readings, specifically counts per minute, reflect radiation levels, and how these levels have a direct connection to ongoing events. Let's break down the counts per minute scale for radiation exposure 25 CPM. This is around the world average for background radiation, 0.23 microsieverts per hour in most places, including the USA average of 0.34 microsieverts per hour. 50 CPM, occasional short spikes above this level are normal. Radiation levels can fluctuate naturally depending on the environment. 60 to 100 CPM larger and more persistent peaks indicate a hotspot or possibly a radiation cloud moving through the area. 150 CPM. This is where things get dangerous. Readings of 1.0 microsieverts per hour or higher are in the high-risk zone. Immediate shelter is advised, or leave the area if possible. 500 CPM critical levels. A reading of 500 CPM or more means you're in a life-threatening environment. Immediate shelter or evacuation is required. These measurements represent radiation exposure, and when high, they indicate significant risks. Now, let's connect this to real events.
Look how high this one is. That's it.
As Taylor began working on a documentary, dangerous radiation peaks started showing up in the Geiger counter readings, well above normal background radiation. On December 29, 2024, Taylor was admitted to the emergency room after experiencing symptoms linked to radiation exposure. The doctor was so concerned that he recommended immediate hospitalization for further tests and monitoring. Evidence will eventually reveal that multiple Los Angeles city government agencies may have been allegedly involved in orchestrating these radiation attacks. Moreover, the involvement of Taylor's next-door neighbors will also be exposed, showing their connection to these dangerous events.